Yo, hello, Max Milne here, back in tiny house life, lockdown Mark 3 in Melbourne. I'm here to talk a bit about the Maple Foundation Elements course that they ran. I did this online program that goes for, I think it was 6 weeks. Based out of America in Vermont. Started by a man who's now known as Sarayu for All, who was a monk in Japan and then went to Nagpur in India, and then has also said to have gone to a Chan monastery in China and somewhere else I can't remember at the moment. So he started this new monastery called the Monastic Academy, and the Monastic Academy has been running these online programs. So they're up to their second one. I did the first cohort. There's been now 2 cohorts of Maple Fundamentals. I think they call it Maple Elements. And it's a condensed version of a residential week-long retreat that they do. So the Monastic Academy has these 2 wings within their residential program, one being about people who are there to go for enlightenment and do the deep inner work. And then there's those who are doing this other wing, which is about integration and involvement in the world. And I want to talk about what it is that I gain from doing this program and who I think it's for. What's the benefits of doing it? My history also is as an art therapist and working as a facilitator in groups and helping people tell their stories as a way of healing. This very much informs my other interest in what the Monastic Academy is doing with this program, as the basic elements that they teach. One aspect is meditation. Another aspect is what is called as bio-emotive processing. And bio-emotive processing is a way of processing stored emotions or stored trauma or stored whatever it is that's coming through the body, heart and mind. I guess informed by Stephen Levine's somatic experiencing. So they offer a way of doing this in pairs and allow you to practice it. So you have meditation, you have bio-emotive processing, and then another aspect is circling. So you would learn about this inter-dialogue that allows for what arises in the body, heart and mind to come up while you're communicating with others, and allow that to be the meditation practice. The first game within circling, the first practice, is being in a group of people and you're just going popcorning, oh, I'm noticing this. And then in response, oh, in hearing that, I'm noticing this. And it's usually noticing what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're perceiving, but not what it is that you're analyzing. It's more the kind of initial stage, almost like the sense door stage. You're noticing just, I noticed when you said that you touched your hair. Or hearing that, I notice, I'm feeling soft in this space here. So very much again, body-centric, coming back to the perceptions and sharing that. So allowing people to come into the awareness of what it is that is arising, not needing to analyze, not needing to provide reason or why. So that's the third practice. The fourth, it's sovereignty coaching. And sovereignty coaching invites us to ask a question, or maybe we have a problem or something in our lives that we want to resolve, and it's bringing in these multiple perceptions, multiple ways of knowing what it is that we respond to this question. So for example, it might be, for me, what is it that I want to do with my life now? Everything's changed for me with COVID. So, what is it that I think about that? I think I probably want to go to monastery. Okay, how is it that I feel when I think about that? My heart space here is warm. What is it? How is it that I'd like to move with this idea? There's a sense of kind of letting go and opening. That's what's coming through. What is it that the higher part of me or the greater good part of me would say? Go and do the work so then you can be of more benefit to people after doing the work. So you're learning this way of using different lenses of looking at your own experience to make decisions, to work through life. And that skill is taught where there's one person holding space and another person going through the journey. So the fundamentals: first, meditation, individual practice, then bioemotive processing. You learn that where one person holds space, another person does the process. Then circling, usually in groups, and sovereignty coaching. So one, you can do it by yourself, but it's taught with two people. So the unique opportunity that's provided here is that the Monastic Academy doesn't shy away from what it is that the Western world provides that's of benefit to us, and brings that in wholehearted rigor and inquiry to Dharma practice. So if you're interested in learning skills that have a language that the West understands, and also a fundamental base, a kind of a trustworthiness of the Dharma behind it, that this is a course that I think would interest you, especially if you work in a therapeutic modality, if you're interested in co-creation, if you're interested in holding workshops, bringing people together. These are some skills and processes that you can use individually, but also with others. So it's not just about meditating for you, it's the Bodhisattva ideal. It's working with others and reaching out together to work together. Generally on the course itself, I was in the first beta round, so that had a couple of quirks and bumps, but generally it uses Notion as the delivery, which is an online note-taking management app. They use Slack for the communication tools, and then Zoom is the delivery. I think that'll improve over time. There is an emphasis on building community. For me, I'm not sure how far that will go unless the people who facilitate it actively engage in the down periods between cohorts. There are Also, the cost of it is a sliding scale. I think I paid 700 Australian, which worked out to about 450 US at the time. They're pretty open about the accessibility for it, wanting to have people not be turned away, but also those that can offer and support what they're doing to do it in a wholehearted manner. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll be very happy to answer them about my experience. I feel it's a great starting point, very complementary to Joanna Macy's The Work That Reconnects, and complementary to anybody who's interested a little bit in Buddhism, that comes from more of these therapeutic backgrounds, and interesting for those who are interested in Buddhism but want to know a bit more about ways of processing that are in the vernacular of the therapeutic world in the West. Thanks for listening, and wishing you all to be very well and happy even during this COVID pandemic. See you. Tiny house life, tiny house life. Oh, living in a tiny house.